Hey guys, welcome to today's sauna talk. So today we're going to talk about movement dysfunction or muscle strength versus movement dysfunction. So it follows on from my last post about how to develop glutes and correct muscle activations in muscle timing through movement. Now, inevitably, even if you've got well developed muscles, they can be any muscle group you want, if they are not trained through their full variety of range of motions, you are going to create some form of dysfunction, which is going to create problems in the future. Normally, what I see, this is very common, is in something like hamstring tendinopathy. You see it a lot where people is used to using their hip in one direction, forwards and backwards. However, people forget that the hamstrings and glutes work in a 360-degree pattern. It can move diagonally, it helps with diagonal, horizontal, all sorts of movements throughout a whole 360-degree plane. So if you're just constantly training forwards, backwards, up and down, you're setting yourself up for some form of problem in the future. Right, point in proof, had one ex-client powerlifter who helped fix her hamstring. One of the big things was she was just too used to doing the same movement, up, down, forwards, backwards. Why there was shoulder problems, why there was hamstring problems. So in order to fix it, you had to change the way the body was used to moving. So you then create complete development of the muscle and the range of motion of the joint. So inevitably, what is it you're looking at? How do you train functionally? Does that mean you stand on a Bosu ball, do thrusters into a backflip while doing it on a trampoline? No. That's just actually a load of malarkey, which actually does more damage than good because it totally messes up things like your vestibular system. You want to find out more about that, there are other specialists that specialize in that stuff. But inevitably what I'm going to focus on is teaching you how you can move your body correctly. Now, if there was to be one short rule or one dummy's guide to this, is look at the muscle. Look at the insertion, look at the origin, look at where it starts, look at where it finishes. Look at all of the different directions it can pull and work in, and make sure you're training those muscle groups in all of the variety of movements. So for example, lats. Your lats can move this way, they can move this way, but also your lats work in this motion as well, and this motion, and arching. So when you're doing any form of lat movement, try and utilize the full range and spectrum of the movements that muscle can do. Now, people that you want to see that are really good at this, bodybuilders tend to be very good at this because they're very good at getting muscles to activate. Now, inevitably, when you look at yourself, if you find you're constantly getting injured with one point, example, elbow, I can almost guarantee if you remove the thumb from any sort of movement you're doing, most elbow pain actually disappears within a couple of weeks. Because when you're using your thumb around, you're overtraining a muscle. So if you're feeling pain or movement related issues, have a try of doing a different move or doing a similar the same movement you're normally doing, but try it in a different plane. Try in a different movement direction, see how that changes your joint and how that changes your activations. You'll probably find that you get better training results, you get stronger and you get bigger or leaner because now you're actually recruiting the full muscle through the full range of motion. I hope this sauna talks helps and gives you some good ideas with how you can add some variety to your training.